Hello everyone, it's Saturday again, and welcome back to Journeys in Djruthourhi. Um, we are here after kind of a surprise cliffhanger last week, and we're here to have some fun. We still got a couple of people that haven't arrived yet due to some lateness, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully they can see the stream as they're traveling or making their way here. I don't think I have any announcements at the moment. We will be having Adventures Anonymous tomorrow, of course, with Okami, so check in with that. Remember to check the make sure you are following us. Subs are always appreciated, but not necessary. Make sure you're liking and sharing our tweets. YouTube, subscribe, notifications, blah, 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 blah. I don't have a regular upload schedule for these. I try to get them the first half of the week, so everyone can have a chance to watch it before Saturday, but I got a life too, and it's not just D&D. I'm sorry. I know. Anyway, here we are. We're ready to roll. So let's get in with the recap from last week. Last week, our players had been inside of the tiny little underground passage under the lake, trying to get to the Sylvarie's Sanctum. And after making their way through a maze of tunnels, they finally found themselves into an almost shrine-like chamber. Upon the floor of the chamber was carvings of eggs and a sylvarie dragon, and on a pedestal at the end of the shrine was a puzzle. Sorting out which dragons had which breath weapons, they were able to open up a door that led them down into a shaft that opened up into a frozen cave filled with crystals and cold. Once everyone was gathered and had kind of recovered from the strange transition, they made their way through the crystals where our resident sneaky rogue saw some chests in the distance. Upon rushing forward, Saren had opened the chest, grabbed it with both hands, and suddenly realized she was stuck right before the chest opened its mouth and bit her. So, I believe that's where we pick up. Anyone want to add anything to the recap before I continue?
I would like to point out that we ensured our way out by putting a rope that went up.
Well, yes.
We
That,
did.
that indeed was a thing.
Oh, we were smart about that at least.
So is this just a roll initiative situation, Dooms?
Not yet.
Not yet.
For those of you who don't know, the little stone, that is our spectator stone. He's there for situations where we don't have to have all the tokens on the board. So, he's always happy to see everybody.
Yes, he really is.
Merch to come available eventually, maybe. You can have your own spectator stone to watch you when you sleep.
Oh gosh. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that thing is like a lamp with the light coming out of its eyes and mouth and be fucking
Okay.
Actually, no, just take a moon lamp and put googly eyes on it. There you go, spectator stone.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He laughs at your dismay.
All right. So yes, Saren, both hands stuck to the chest. You're about probably halfway in the thing when it decided to bite down on you. So right now, we have an elf rogue with the lower half of her torso and legs remaining outside of this creature's mouth.
So yeah, so Sarah would have like jumped in headfirst and started rifling through it for like waist up. She's getting munched on.
So,
You're just hearing muffled, prolific language coming out of this mimic.
profane.
Profane? Prolific?
Prolific means
Prolifically profane.
Yes, can I like try to like force this thing's mouth open? Like handle the bottom, handle the top, and like just brute force it?
Do you reckon it's like a crocodile situation where like it's really easy to keep their mouth shut, but it's basically impossible to open it?
You could just hit the crocodile and try not to hit me.
Has Malagos' rogue in its mouth. It's getting its mouth ripped open.
Saren, this is why we don't go look into strange boxes.
It's literally my job description to look into strange boxes.
This is why we roll perception.
Now we go to like an idiot.
Not that rolling perception on a mimic actually does anything, because when they are camouflaged, they're indistinguishable.
This is why, from this point on, once after this is done, we stab all the boxes.
No, but then
Have them dead.
Then you can smash.
Before.
No, don't break the goodies on the inside.
Hey, Lanier, throw a grenade at it.
I wish.
Yes. So this reminds me of my favorite D&D group. The bartender asked my party, "Why do you all carry weapons into my bar?" We responded, "Because of mimics." The bartender laughed, we laughed, the table laughed. We killed the table. It was a good time.
I thought it was the bar laughed.
That's what.
It
No,
can
I
be
thought it was
either.
cool.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
Something laughed. We killed
Okay.
it.
Anyway. I can't fix it. I'm sorry the icons aren't showing up. If you don't know our players' voices by now, go watch another video so you can match it up with their icons. How's that?
The ones with the alien accents are, us.
Yes.
Look, the giggly one is Malagos. Come on now.
So you want to try and pry its jaws open, Malagos, correct?
Yes, and who wants to get on the other side of this thing to like help me brute force it open?
I'm helping.
Alright.
Hi.
Because when we left, we were both right next to it.
Alright. What am I rolling them?
I'm gonna get ready to pull Saren out of there.
That's gonna be a strength check.
Do I get advantage with Galen helping?
Yeah, you
Oh,
get
I
advantage of Kaylin helping.
Fuck yes.
Do I need to do a strength check too? Pulling
22.
Saren out of there?
Only one strength check at the moment, but you're all helping. So everyone grabs on and starts pulling at the chest. As you're pulling up, it's pulling down. And you get that moment where you feel like its mouth is starting to open, but you're starting to realize that it's stuck to Saren all over. And with all of your hands on this thing, you now realize that all of your hands are stuck.
You hear from inside the mimic.
Oh no.
In my panic state, can I roll a check to see if I can figure out the best way to unstuck ourselves? Would that be survival?
Yeah, it'd be survival.
Don't think Smelligus is done for 100, sir.
15? I mean, someone strong enough can pull themselves off of a mimic, or if you have some solvent, you can usually dissolve the glue if you had a hand to pour it on with.
We need acetone.
Oh, if I had acid breath right now.
I would like to clarify, my hands are on Saren trying to pull her out.
Yeah, you ain't stuck. It's just me.
That's
and Caitlin.
true. You were trying to pull her out, so go ahead and give me a strength check on you trying to pull her out.
Except its teeth attached to me. And you don't.
6. Yeah, that -2 is hurting you. So yeah, at the moment, Malagos and Kaelin are stuck to the outside of the mimic. Saren is stuck to the inside, and Hawks, as you pull off one of her boots.
Whoops.
Several things fall out of the boot.
Constitution?
Constitution save.
What falls out of the boot?
Couple of gold coins, keys.
Do we recognize the keys?
Seeing
I
that
just
those are all shiny, I'm going to grab them and sneak them away.
You hear from the mimic, don't you fucking dare! I will cut you in your sleep.
Can I bite the mimic?
Can you bite the mimic?
Yeah, that's all I got right
There's
now.
nothing else you want to attempt to do?
Alright, let me try to pull myself out.
Alright, try to pull yourself off.
Just a
That
regular
sleight of
strength
hand seems
check.
about right for me.
Strength check, yes. No advantage. 17. Yes, Malagos, as you pull and wrench, you pull, and with a sudden, like peeling pop, your
Right.
hands pull off of the mimic.
Shake the hands. Ow.
You might have disadvantage. You're being... Oh no, is this grappled? You're currently grappled by the mimic, right?
The mimic adheres to anything that touches it while in object form. A huge
Will I be able to
a huge or
into my...
a huge or smaller creature adhered to the mimic is also grappled by it. And
Okay, yeah, you...
ability checks made to escape this grapple have disadvantage. Oh, so I'm sorry, Malagos.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
I'll let you have it. That one's fine.
No, we're doing it.
Oh, you're still stuck then, since you decided to do it.
I gotta be fair.
Dumey, would it be possible for me to pull my dagger out of my waist pocket and stab the mimic with it?
You have one dagger.
Your hands are stuck to the side of the box. Because
I'm gonna kick them.
you made it very
Come on.
clear that you put your hands on the side of the box to peer inside. So yes, you are stuck. Your hands are... I mean, you can try a strength check with disadvantage to break free. To try that.
Yeah, no, that's not... My strength is sad.
I'm gonna try one.
No,
Oh.
Kaylin.
Yeah, try again.
Let's let Saren try first.
Go, Sarah, can go.
Because I have no doubt Saren would be struggling.
Oh, fuck.
No, Saren, you feel like the glue is like stretching. You're starting to get somewhere, but then the creature just kind of like shifts its jaw, kind of like a dog carrying something and shifting it, and you're still stuck.
Dim light.
You'll still be grappled.
Don't turn
Am
yourself...
I...
If you turn yourself into a bat, this would be the worst time it'll swallow you. Don't do it.
I'm gonna kick the box. I'm really cranky. I'm gonna kick it. Can I kick the
You're
box?
like
kissing
that.
me!
Guys,
Okay.
I do remember something about mimics.
Would that be just general strength?
They often are in colonies.
Malagos pulls harder to try to get away from the mimic. Eee!
Is
Sarah,
no one
if-
just going to the
if-
mimic?
If
the
you
thing,
want
can I
to
roll?
try and kick it, Saren.
It's a bit sad.
Will
Alright,
you stop kicking me?
God! It.
as Saren,
Dumey. Saren is missing a shoe on one foot.
yes she is, I know.
The other foot. Oh crap! Now my foot's stuck.
Yep, now your foot's stuck. And you're gonna take...
Doesn't it have item
yeah.
form to attack?
what?
Doesn't it have to be out of item form to attack?
No.
Look, when you hear from the beep 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 beeping.
Oh yeah.
The mimic attacking Saren would activate or trigger my sentinel.
Yes, it would.
Nick. Can I bite it? Does that count for sentinel? As melee?
Yeah, that would count too. But Saren takes
Garganoth
8
said-
bludgeoning and gets pushed a little deeper into the mimic.
How much damage am I taking from getting kicked by Saren?
Oh, I'm not getting kicked.
I kicked the
I'm
mimic.
pulling on her waist trying to get her out still.
Oh shit! What do I?
2 damage from Saren's kick. Garganoth hits it with Whelm for 27. And did
I gotta bite
Malagos
it.
want to
What is-
bite?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what all that needs because I don't have it in my
I
attack.
tend to go
vocabulary.
back inside the mimic.
Does it say you have a bite attack?
Also swallowed by a mimic is a bad way to go.
No.
If it
Lord,
doesn't
I was
say
hoping I could
minimum
do it.
strike,
I was trying to be creative with that one.
I mean, you can bite it. It's just gonna be like a flat strength check, and you'll do like a 1d4.
Okay. It's a flat strength check. Okay.
okay, so Kaylin's gonna look up a Hawks.
Oh, fucking 23.
D4.
Okay.
One second, I'm getting all the damage and everything here. 2 damage. So,
I know.
as Whelm is smashed into, what, the side of this thing, Garganoth? The top of it? Where are you aiming for?
I would. Okay, is it? Does it have anything in its mouth, or how is I guess
Saren.
how it's
Saren.
swallowing Saren? Okay, so I guess I'd be trying to hit the back of it.
Okay.
It's got
Where-
Saren, Malagos. It's got Saren in its mouth, and then Malagos and Kaylin's hands are in its mouth.
I'd say the lower back part, or
Okay.
whatever Dumey decides.
Okay. So, with Whelm hitting and then Malagos biting in, of course, now that Malagos has again made skin contact with the thing, Malagos' mouth is now stuck to the mimic. There's a moment where the mimic, like, starts to kind of, like, shake, and it violently wrenches, like, to the left and releases Malagos and Kaylin, and then spits a very slimy, sticky Saren out of its mouth.
My
Where-
jaw hurt.
What are you doing? I'm just hungry.
Then we'll feed you, but not us.
Good
What?
toothbox. You let go of friend.
Hearing that it's hungry, Malagos is gonna like, now that she's free, she's gonna be like, ow, my jaw, and then dig for a rash and be like, you want this?
She climbed into my mouth.
We're a treasure box, what do you expect?
What's happened?
Let us go instead of hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too, but
Malagos would like to try to feed the mimic a ration.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
Done.
As you hold out something that vaguely resembles food, it opens its mouth and extends this, like, bluish purple tongue and just kind of the tongue flattens out as almost the size of like a tea plate waiting for the ration.
She drops it in its mouth.
Immediately, like a frog, it pulls its tongue back in.
I haven't eaten so long.
Wait.
It's cute. Can we keep it?
No, wait. I have a great idea. We're about to, like, go somewhere. We might have to fight something. Does he want to eat the thing that we have to fight, maybe?
Still hungry.
She's gonna, like, take another ration out and put it in its mouth. Do you want to come with us? Promise not to eat us. And you might get a bigger meal. Do you have any friends who want to eat too?
I'm the only one here.
Okay, but can you, like, come with us and we'll, like, find you a bigger meal? You want to do that?
The mimic chest starts to kind of like wiggle back and forth, slowly, very, very slowly, inching forward from its resting spot.
Do you have
Garganoth will try to feed it his shovel.
It happily takes your shovel and takes it into its mouth, beginning to chew.
Good little toothy box.
Still hungry.
I feed it a grilled fish. That has
Maybe it'll give us something if we feed it enough.
It takes your grilled fish with gusto, Hawks.
Garganoth will then feed it his regular basic shield.
Again, eats it up like nothing else.
Do you have another form that would make it easier for you to follow us?
Why?
So you can get more food?
I get food right here. Feed me.
But when we leave, we won't get food.
That'll eat you.
If you try and eat us, we will kill you.
You're the smartest mimic I've ever met.
Kyrie's with everybody, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all together.
Yeah.
I don't know, did Kyrie send a message to George?
If it's been 20 minutes since we discussed it in world time,
Probably, yes.
then yeah, I will have definitely been working on sending that message out. Give me a moment and I'll write it out.
Okay.
I've been here so long. This,
It
How
looks at
about-
Saren.
What?
Still slimy. Sticky.
Like
Am I
being-
slimy and
Oh yeah, it's like very sticky Elmer's glue all over you, kind of.
sound bad as soon as I say it, but just stay with me. I'm gonna see if, like, rubbing myself on Malagos's armor gets rid of the glow.
Yo, rub yourself on Malagos.
You're right.
No.
That sounds horrible.
And yes, exactly what everyone expects to happen has happened. As Saren starts to rub up against Malagos, she eventually
Stop.
finds herself stuck to Malagos's shiny armor for like a split second before the armor's enchantment kicks in and releases Saren to the floor.
Bugger.
Garganoth turns around and starts blushing like crazy. Oh my god.
What do you think? I just don't like being sticky. I'm fine with sewer water and blood and guts.
Hawks
And
is gonna
also-
turn purple and say, "That sounds so wrong, Saren. I think you should stop right there."
Garganoth is even redder. You're not helping yourself.
I said, if you give me back my boot and my keys and the little trinkets that were in there.
Yeah, you're
Just
starting to
saying,
feel a
like-
little cold, Sarah, because your boots off.
What keys?
I
What
just stay
keys are
there,
you
like, what
talking
the
about?
just happened?
The shit that was in my boot that's not there anymore.
Well, you can have your stinky boot back, but I keep shinies.
Hawks.
I said,
Oh,
I'm sticky, and
That
I'm
was
fine
Saren.
clinging to people.
Saren, please stop saying you're sticky.
And I will stick
Here,
her
you can have your keys and things back as long as you stop repeating that.
I'm
It
like,
sounds so wrong.
Hawks.
And Hawks is just like purple, blushing as bright as ever.
Now give me my stuff.
I did. Here, take it.
Is it cool? I'm gonna put them back into my boot and put my boot on properly.
Okay. Your boot is about the well, everything from like the waist down's not really sticky because that part didn't get pulled into the mimic.
Just please don't ever say that again.
Still hungry?
The mimic says as it kind of
Is there
bounces up and
anything-
down.
Is there anything around this mimic that looks like I could feed it?
I mean, there
The
are
other
a few
boxes.
other boxes around it. Yeah.
Yes, my basic warhammer.
Basic
I wouldn't-
warhammer. All right. That did the mimic.
Garganoth feeds it the basic warhammer.
Malika's gonna take her sword, poke one of the boxes first, to make sure it's not a mimic.
I'm just
Ooh,
clearing
what's
my
in the
inventory.
boxes? What's in the boxes?
Malaga says you poke one of the other boxes. You hear oh, and then realize it's just the other mimic.
Ha ha, got you.
Poke you for real. You're lucky I already breathed acid today. But she's gonna like try to start taking one of the boxes apart and start feeding the wood to the mimic.
Happily, he eats the wood piece by piece.
It's so nice to me. Been down here so long.
How would you feel about eating a giant?
I'm not that big.
No.
Well, we could give it to you in pieces.
Yes. You feed
Are
me
you able
well.
to-
I give you a special thing.
Are you able to
Doing-
regurgitate something you've previously eaten?
Well, yes, that's how I give you a special thing.
Okay.
Do we have any choice in this what this special thing could be?
There's only one.
There can
Garganoth
only be
feet.
one.
I feed it my cooking pot.
It eats the cooking pot too.
Just as we're walking, I'm just gonna be pulling things out of my bag and
Malika's gonna have collected as much as of the wood from the bins as she could and just start helping Garganoth lay a trail for this thing to follow us.
If you want this thing to follow you, it's going to be very slow. Like, it's moving maybe 5-10 feet for every 30 feet you guys are moving. So
But it'll
Even
follow the
bother
trail though,
have this
right?
thing follow us.
Well, if we leave a trail, it'll still be behind us. We just have to keep leaving a
What
trail.
about if we make a toboggan out of the empty barrel?
I
Could do
mean,
that like a little sled.
you might be able to do that. The thing, how much does? That's a good question. Hold on.
You have
Do
rope.
we have a floaty shield that this thing could ride on?
I do have one, but I wouldn't want it to accidentally eat it.
Fair enough.
Guys, do you reckon if we train this mimic well enough, it'll turn out to be like luggage from Terry Pratchett?
A mobile bag of storage.
What?
I don't think you're gonna be able to carry this thing because according to this, mimics, while they may only have dimensions of 5 feet by 5 feet by 6 feet, they're gonna weigh about 4,500 pounds.
Yeah, we
Oh
can't pull that.
jeez.
Mimic
But
is
I
dense.
wanna
Like I'm saying, just leave a trail. It'll follow us at its own pace. It'll catch up to us eventually.
And if not, life will go on.
I love how
Yeah.
the best way to escape a mimic is to walk slowly away from it.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it. That's why it's so sticky. So you can't.
Malaga's gonna do this. She's gonna start leaving a trail and start walking down the trail like this way.
Yeah, I have 14 glow cap mushrooms and 2 metal discs that used to be feather tokens, and I'll lay them out as we go.
Okay, so which
Um,
way are you guys
How many
going?
wood planks do you think I got from the boxes and stuff?
We're heading upwards.
Probably-
Kalen is going.
Sorry, probably 6 planks per side.
I was like, what?
I don't know how many sides on the cube.
6 in a cube.
There you go.
So 36. I'm gonna place one down every couple feet. So not like every 5 feet, but every like 10 feet.
Okay. Go ahead, Caleb.
Keep in mind,
I'm going to be listening intently for any sounds that sound out of place. So I'm going to be listening for scratching or scraping, perhaps breathing.
Okay. And which way did you guys decide you were going to go? And
North.
And I do see that, Garganoth. So as you guys walk north, the crystals are jagged and almost perfect in their refractiveness. Like, as you walk by, you're constantly kind of looking to the side because you see movement, but it's just your reflections in the multiple facets of the crystals. The ground you're walking on is a hard bluish gray ice that makes it kind of slick in places, and every now and then you find yourself almost falling. Probably not best to run here. There are patches of snow, little spots where some either tiny ice crystals had fallen and gathered, or just a little bit of condensation that's gotten into these chambers. But as you move through, the chamber is usually wide enough for you guys to walk 2 by 2. Sometimes little protrusions jut out and can only fit one of you at a time. But as you continue up this pathway, you start to see a blue light emanating, and 3 small winged creatures playing in the snow.
Do they look like Fae?
What do they look like? I mean, they could, to the uninitiated, they kind of almost look like they're made out of ice. They've got like wings on the back and long ears and a long nose and kind of a cone-shaped top of their head. It might be a fae.
That sounds more like an ice method.
can Garganoth try to recall if he's seen any during his underground adventures?
Sure, give me a history check. $17. Garganoth, you've not seen any of these. What you have seen, though, are creatures made out of dust and creatures made out of mud, much like these. And you feel very confident that these are probably related to those same creatures, and they are mephits.
I'll share that with my party.
Go for it.
Go. Mine's not related to this. I just have a question about
Okay.
sticking.
Can I see if I remember if methods tend to be hostile towards intruders?
Give me a survival for that. Mephits have been they're hard to predict. There are some forms where you've heard stories of ice mephits being used in noble houses to keep food chilled. You've heard of things like mud mephits that always are seeking the attention of someone. They're not like lawful good creatures, that's for sure. But they're not specifically like hostile to everything they come across.
I'm gonna douse my torch, and I say, there's a good chance that the methods won't be hostile if we approach with kindness.
Garganoth puts his weapon away.
Has it started to like freeze and peel off?
Malagos will follow Caitlin's example. For once.
Saren, we can barely hear you.
Is the stickiness starting to freeze and peel off?
No.
You already ripped it off.
No, she didn't.
I thought she did in my armor. That was the whole cat
Yeah, I
running
got
against
stuck to your armor.
She
Caitlin
got
says-
stuck
You
for a
fell
second,
off.
and then she fell off because your armor rejected it like dirt.
Kaylin says, you need a solvent, possibly some kind of spirit.
No, I can give myself extra camouflage if I roll in the snow. I just look like a snow creeper. If I just roll in camouflage.
Kaylin is going to slowly approach the methods and say, "Hello there. We are travelers passing through. What is this game you play?"
Hawks, what languages do you speak?
Common, Celestial, and Draconic.
Okay. The ice mephits kind of look at Kaylin, turning, and they speak in a language that's almost like water bubbling. And they seem to speak among themselves and then kind of speak at Kaylin. And give me a dexterity save, Kaylin.
Hey, this is primordial, isn't it?
No, it's not primordial.
No? Not Sylvan?
Not Sylvan. 16. Kaylin, as they're talking and you're kind of watching and keeping an eye on your comrades as well, a snowball whizzes by your left ear. The Mephits kind of laugh as one of them dives down under the snow.
Saren is going to, after post rolling in snow,
They're not bad guys.
I was gonna roll up a snowball.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
After rolling in snow, like
Do you mean back of the group?
there.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna roll a snowball up and I'm gonna throw it.
At?
In between the Memphis. I'm not trying to hit one and start something.
So, yeah, Saren, you throw a snowball and it lands about in the middle of the two. They look at the snowball and reach down in the snow and start to make their own snowballs. Give me a dexterity save, Saren. Twice.
Dexterity save?
Mm-hmm.
Garganoth will also throw one at Saren and then Kaylin.
25 and 15. So, Saren, the first one, as it's flying through the air, easily dodge. But gloating a little bit, the second one smacks you right in the cheek. And
Malagus
I'm over here.
the methods start to laugh again.
Malagus would like to make 2 snowballs and throw 2 of them.
Okay.
I don't know what I need. The ice thingy.
Okay. Well, as you throw the first, the one ice method dives down under the snow. Your second one, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Cool.
Your snowball goes way high and just smacks into one of the crystals above.
I was hoping to hit someone in the face.
Dexterity save.
Oh shit. Sure. Let's go. This movie is great. Hey.
15. The Mephit, laughing at your snowball, throws one at you with his tail, and you're able to duck under it and dodge. The third Mephit.
One and slowly are going to attempt to throw it at Malagos.
Okay.
What? I'm sorry, you're gonna what?
It would. I mean, I would say, Hawks, that means you pick up the snowball and you went to throw it, but you didn't pack it very well, so it just kind of, as you swing your arm, it just kind of explodes in your hand and rains snow down on you and down the back of your collar.
Kyrie giggles at that sight.
You know, ice down your back. There you go. As the third ice method kind of laughs as well, and kind of falls over laughing, before it too disappears under the snow.
I say it was fun playing with you, and continue alone.
Okay.
That was a nice break.
Garganoth is carrying 2 snowballs with him.
We are also never going to speak about the fact that I'd never really threw a snowball before.
You mean we're always gonna talk about that? Okay.
He's supposed to be able to see through the brambles.
Yes. So as you come around the corner, the source of that blue light can be seen through the tightly woven brambles. And it appears to be a large, either crystal or chunk of ice.
I believe if it's non-magical, I can move through it.
Okay.
Non-magical, you can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed by them and without taking damage from them if they have thorns, spines, or similar hazards.
Okay.
Kaelin is going to approach and investigate the plants, trying to figure out if they would be dangerous to move through.
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Zoomer, what is that lock thingy that's showing up that wiggles when I click it?
That shouldn't...
It's a door.
No.
Yeah, it's a door. You guys will
Okay.
be able to see it, but it's currently locked at the moment.
It wiggles.
23?
Mhm.
Kaelin, as you look upon these brambles, you see little budding flowers on these brambles. They're not flowers yet, they're just buds. And there are indeed thorns, very long, woody thorns that seem about 3 inches in length. And from that nature check, it appears to be a plant called a dragon rose.
Interesting.
And with a nature check of 23, you know that dragon rose has the wonderful capability that when in bloom, its scent can cause drowsiness in draconic creatures, while its pollen
Shit.
can outright put them to sleep.
Oh no.
I say, if there's more of this, then something may actually be keeping the sylvarie here.
Might it be worth stuffing some in our bag?
Stuffing what?
Does anyone have the ability to make plants bloom? I usually would, but I'm a little drained at the moment.
Can I mention that we have someone that did you mention that this stuff makes draconic creatures asleep?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask me if for more information, I can give it to you.
Okay, well, I just simply ask about these pretty flowers.
When they're in bloom, they can cause drowsiness, and that pollen itself can be used to cause draconic creatures to sleep.
Lanyard, do you have any... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, maybe Malagos might not want to go past this stuff.
Is it in bloom
Well-
though?
They're not blooming yet. That's why I was asking if anyone has the ability to make plants bloom.
Maybe Lanyard
No.
might have some fertilizer potions or something. Or know how to make them, I mean.
Dumey, am I able to move through this bramble?
You can
That makes
certainly
sense.
try.
I am going to attempt to.
Let me just ask first where everyone else is standing.
Like, right here.
Like that?
Okay.
Like 5-10 feet behind it, all the branches?
So keeping your distance.
Yes.
About 5 feet behind Kaylin.
So as Kaylin steps forward, the brambles don't seem to have a reaction. But Kaylin, because of your confidence in striding through land and knowing well the brambles and thorns and how to avoid such things, you begin to try and take careful steps into the tangle of woody stems. And while normally this wouldn't be an issue for you, it seems that everywhere you try to put your hand through or put your foot down, the brambles seem to move and shift to constantly be in your way.
Awesome.
Is there a magical aura that comes off?
Does anyone have detect magic on?
Have it on.
I can cast it.
Let
I
me
on.
before we do, let me just recap and help everyone. You're in a possibly a dragon's lair or prison. You haven't decided yet. The Sylvarie is a magical being that the town of Pav worships for her magic, and ability to commune with the Fae. And you are now in a place filled with crystals, and after magical puzzles, and the only way to get in here was through magical means. Do with that information as you will.
I'm going to say in Sylvan, we wish to help. May we pass?
Give me a charisma check.
Is this the one time I roll high? Yes!
But there is no response from the bramble.
Oh, I can be one with the snow and try to get through.
But does anyone know the craft of the druids?
What does that mean?
What are druids?
If only there was a druid in the group. But alas.
Or half a druid.
It's a
Somebody explain to me what a druid is?
They
That-
have natural magic.
Look, I have could do it, but I don't have the spell slots for them.
The only thing I can do that's not hurting it is dispelling magic, but I don't know what I'm dispelling or if I'm dispelling anything.
What happens, Dumey, if you go up and touch the bramble?
If you're trying to touch it,
Yeah.
I mean, you touch it. If you're trying to bypass it, it seems to move and shift to be a constant barrier. But if you, Saren, walk up to try and touch it, it doesn't seem to move out of the way.
Do an Arcana or history or something if I have seen this kind of magical, if this is magical, if I've seen something like this before.
I'll give you an Arcana check with that. Why not? 25. There are magical beings that quite often use different forms of magic, creatures, and plants to guard or create puzzles inside of places they want to keep safe. And so you can make a safe assumption that there is some trick to getting past this barrier.
Garganoth will offer to help somebody look around the room.
I would like to attempt to stride confidently at the brambles.
Stride confidently?
Mm-hmm.
Garganoth, give me an investigation while we stride confidently. As you stride confidently, Kaelin, towards the brambles, you come up against a thorny, prickly wall of woody stems and unblooming buds.
I need to make the buds bloom. I would
Can
like
Huck stick to
to.
water them?
They're. What did you say they were? Dragon roses?
Dragon rose. And Garganoth, the crystals are pretty.
Okay,
Can
okay.
I do a check to see if I know anything about the rearing of dragon roses, especially what makes them bloom?
Sure.
Nature?
Yeah, nature. I mean, if anybody else has ideas while we go through this, feel free. Don't have
Did
to
you guys
ask
hear
permission.
Kyrie?
I heard Kyrie.
I did not.
I typed my suggestion, because I thought I got
I'm
muffled out.
Water to the plants.
I'm gonna use create water on them.
And what are you going to do with the water you create?
Just sprinkle it all over the bramble and dragon rose.
Okay. Hawks, as you create water and give it to these plants, the woody stems become green and pliant, and leaves begin to sprout along the stems of this plant. Slowly, the brambles curl and curve around themselves, and while the buds do not yet bloom, it has made a path.
Ooh,
Good
great
job,
Kyrie.
Hawk
Woo!
and Kyrie.
Alright, teamwork! Malagos, you might want to try to run through that as quick as you can.
Cover your mouth,
Malagos is
Malagos.
at hearing that. Malagos is gonna bolt through.
Malagos, as you move closer to these now beautiful vines, the flowers seem to bud and open the closer you get.
Can I skid to a stop?
Give me a dexterity save to try and skid on ice to a stop.
This is how I die. Dexterity check or save?
Save.
Okay.
Being eaten by a frog, probably.
Malagos, as you try to stop, your feet slide from under you, and you slide through the passageway opened by the vines, just as the flowers open, and you all watch and see this amber-colored pollen raining down upon the Dragonborn sliding across the ice. Constitution save, Malagos.
Oh, fuck. I'm good at those at least. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
You bitch. Fuck your flowers.
Malagos, as you slide through, you're quick enough to hold your breath, and hopefully you did not catch much of the pollen on your person. Perhaps it was as fast as you slid through, perhaps it was your armor repelling it, but as you come out the other side, you have not felt any of the effects.
Mugga's gonna look around, like, step away from the plants.
As you step further from the plants, the buds seem to close and tighten up. And once more...
Wait. Can you step a little closer? I want to grab a couple of these.
I'll take a steps closer slowly.
As you get closer, they open.
Speaking softly in Sylvan, thanking the plant for its sacrifice, I attempt to pick a couple of the dragon roses. Specifically, I would like 3.
3. Roll me a D100. $29. Kaylin, as you begin to attempt to pick these from the green vines, the first one stays in your hand, a nice tight little bud, almost the size of a large acorn. While the other two, as soon as they're plucked from the magical greenery, seem to crumble and turn to dust in your hand.
I frown and I say in Draconic, thank you. And I'm going to carefully fold the bud inside a maple leaf.
Okay. As you all make your ways through this tunnel, it seems to only be affected by those with draconic blood. And making your way through this path, you find yourself at the source of the blue light that you had seen. On a large chunk of ice, there sits a softly pulsing and glowing crystal.
Does it look similar to how the lodestone appeared, but blue?
It's larger than the lodestone, about as big as Malagos. Maybe made out of the same stuff? Hard to tell.
Does
And I-
it feel like a heart?
It is pulsing in a similar fashion.
Does it give off warmth?
It does not give off warmth, but as you draw closer, you hear almost the sound of a babbling brook.
This is a heart, or a heart adjacent.
What's a heart of Jason?
Who's Jason?
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, we know a Jason, but I don't think this is his heart. Is it a dragon heart crystal?
Who are you asking?
The person who seems to know what it is, Odd.
I know much about dragons. I just know that actually I don't know much about hearts either, but it felt right to connect this to that.
You're an odd one, but I like it.
Can I make a history check?
To learn.
If I know anything about something similar to this in the context of draconic areas.
I mean, yeah.
Don't open anyone.
Come up with an idea.
I know lots about old gems. I know lots about gems.
I mean, Kaylin, you've seen gems. Usually something like this, especially pulsing, has some kind of magical properties to it that you would have to... I don't really know what to tell you about it. It's a glowing crystal in a magical cave that you had to go through a puzzle to get to.
Is
This
this
is gonna.
who we're looking for? Like, I know that I am a soul, but I am a soul in a vessel. What if there's a soul in this crystal? What if this is what's giving these people whatever they seek when they worship?
It's possible. I haven't heard of anything like this to do with dragons. It is kind of common for people to leave puzzles or tests to hide away magical artifacts that could be important for something.
Have I in my travels heard of anything that other sketchy people have talked about stealing from dragons? Like, does it look like something I'm not gonna steal it. I'm just wondering if I've come across something like this before in traveling, or rumors from other thieves about valuable stuff.
Not anything along those lines, Saren.
Can I touch it?
You most certainly may try.
I go forward to kind of see if there is any connection when I touch the crystal.
Odd, as you touch the crystal, nothing seems to change, but drawing close enough, you do notice that there is something inscribed upon the crystal.
Is it in a specific language?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Is that language common, halfling, or sylvan?
No, it is not.
There's
Can I try
something
to read
on the crystal.
Can I try to
Like-
read it?
Words.
I guess
Does it look like it's been scratched in with claws?
That's a good question. And yes, it was scratched in with claws, and it is draconic.
I want to read it.
You want to read it?
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
Fuck off. Move.
You're crowding me.
What's it say? I think I'm just gonna read this out loud too.
It says that fire and water oppose one another, but as mates, they can open all doors.
Steam?
Yes. Smoke. Steam.
Can possibly
Um,
create fire.
Do
wait.
we have a bucket we can go back and dip in the water over there? Or no, we have hawks. Like our little never-ending fire hydrants.
Wait, I don't think steam is... Does anyone know anything about the elemental planes?
I do not.
Does Melios know anything about elemental planes?
I wouldn't assume so.
I know it exists.
Well, we saw methods, and I know they're from the elemental plane. And this is saying fire and water, both of those are planes. But I don't believe they touch.
I mean, I think you guys ought to go with your gut instinct here.
But it wants us to open a door now. Like, to get past this point.
Yeah,
Is it
you guys are probably right. It's probably steam.
Did we have a bucket
I-
to go back to the beginning? Because there was water back there, wasn't there?
It was
So how
snow. But yeah.
How do we get out of
I'm gonna create a glass in my hand and pass it over to Mally.
I'm gonna
It's like a
take it.
rounded bottom flask.
Are you on the other side of the flower thorn thing?
Oh yeah, I can go get it. I'll go over and scoop up some snow into my flask.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
I then look at I come back and I look at Odd and I say, "Can you turn up the heat?"
How much steam do you think we'll need? Because a little bit of snow is not going to create very much. It might just melt.
Well, we can start small and then go bigger.
Well, I'll try to melt the snow into water, and then a second round make the water into steam.
That sounds good.
Put it in a pile in front of the crystal.
Yeah, I can do that. I put it in a flask so that we could contain the water once the snow melted.
So if I like start casting firebolt and I heat my hands, can I melt the water? And then like redirect that energy toward like the side.
You guys are high enough level that a little creative use of spells is possible. Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be just a couple seconds as it warms up, and then I have to throw the energy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I put my hands toward the flask and I start drawing the heated energy to cast firebolt. And it's getting hot, and it's getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
And the fire's starting to form in my hands, and then I feel that it's starting to pulse forward. Is it melting?
Yes, the snow is melting into water within the flask.
And then as it's melting and the spell is getting to its precipice, I kind of quickly turn to the side and throw it towards a crystal.
While you do create steam, there's also condensed water because of the coolness of the air. And while the steam kind of rises away, when the water touches the stone, the sound of the babbling brook can be heard louder, and the stone's glow begins to slowly fade.
Kaylin is going to use prestidigitation to the flask disappears when she does so, to light the torch again, and then is going to put the torch against the stone.
The stone's light has already faded.
You broke it?
Unclear.
Wait, so if we did this to any crystal, like not just the crystal, I'm confused how water got on the crystal.
I thought you threw the water at the crystal.
No, the
through the
water
fire.
was in the flask.
Oh, that's my fault then. Water's in the flask. Sorry, I thought you threw the water at the crystal.
I have a feeling that we shouldn't allow either of the elements the inscription says to touch alone.
Yes, I feel like I just deja vu'd into the future. And got that same conclusion.
Kaylin says we could set up a small campfire and use the cooking pot that I bought this morning.
That would probably be better. Or, Hawks, do you have a portable tub? Instead of a
Man, I
bedroom?
wish. The last hotel we were in, I didn't get to sleep in water.
You really should think of replacing your bedroll.
Honestly, I think you're right.
I used to have a cooking pot of my own, but I don't remember what happened to it.
You fed it to the mimic a few minutes ago.
Oh, right.
You also put a xenomorph in it, if you've forgotten that as well. I'm gonna go about making a small fire.
Okay, that's easy enough.
And I'm gonna set up a tripod and put my cooking pot over the top, pour my water flask in.
Man, it would be really helpful if someone in this group had a pitcher that never went dry.
I can create water.
Hold on. Did I get to eat some of these fucking like flower things, by the way?
What?
Or are we
Yeah.
like, or are we like trying to? No, I mean like, are we all at the crystal? And we're
Yes.
trying to do
Yeah,
this.
you got through the tunnel.
That's not what I was asking. I thought we like left. So.
No, you're still around the crystal.
Good. So Melly Ghost would like to take out her tin rocks, light something on fire at the bottom of the crystal, look at Hawks and go pour water on this.
Don't let the flame touch the crystal.
She's holding it in her hand. Not the fire,
I
but like
need
on
water
fire.
again.
Okay, what do you do with the water, Hawks?
I'm going to pour it on the crystal.
What
No.
did we just say? What did we just say? Don't go near the crystal!
Oh wait, oh sorry, the flame.
Hot stones below.
As you pour the water on the flames go out.
Is it smoking?
I mean, it's steaming / smoking, yes.
Can I like whip that around the crystal?
Yeah.
What did Crystal say again?
It said when fire and water
approach.
another as mates can something doors.
Have we held the crystal over steam?
That's I think
We're
what we did.
attempting
Right?
that now.
How is the pot of boiling water going?
As you
Or do
wave
bramble?
your steaming hands around the crystal, the steam condenses in the air, changes to water, falls upon the crystal. The sound of the babbling brook gets a little bit louder, and then the light of the crystal goes out.
Try putting fire on it now. What else could go wrong?
I didn't
Did I
work
break?
last time when I put it
Well, now
on
that
there.
there's water on there.
What if we put it in a pot of boiling water?
I can't take it anymore. You guys solved this one, okay?
Oh,
That's not what fucking did. Smoke.
Okay.
The crystal was asking for water. You had to use water to get through the puzzle to get to the crystal that sounded like a babbling brook. You added water to the crystal. The light went out. The first lock is gone. I don't know how many more hints I could give.
Well,
I'm glad you all find this funny, but I've run out of ideas.
To be fair, I forgot half of what we talked about.
the light didn't feel like a good thing to me.
What?
The light going out didn't feel like a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, the last time light went out of something, I shattered a fucking gem. I will now be right back.
Like, why? Why is this so hard?
You
Because
met
we go
as a group,
we break everything we touch.
and puzzles elude us.
As I said, leave a crater wherever we go.
Obviously.
Perhaps like a clicking sound or a locking sound or whatever, or a chime.
I thought that would be too easy.
Well, it
Well,
was.
apparently it was too hard.
You're forgetting what group you're talking to.
Yes, yes. I am.
Let's go find the fire puzzle.
Let's go find the fire puzzle.
I'm gonna go stand here.
We're going to the left.
Where are you headed
To the
now?
left.
To the left, west.
way?
Saren's gonna like after
Yeah.
Caitlin, being like, I don't want to go that way because I'm mature like that.
It's dark on this side. I got to turn back on the night vision. Hold on. There we go. As you round the corner, you find a similar looking platform made of ice with a crystal upon it, who is neither glowing nor making any other kind of sound.
What color is the crystal?
It is the same color as all the other crystals around it.
Okay.
So you guys just want me to
firebolt at it.
You're going to shoot a firebolt at it?
No.
I mean, if you want to, you may.
We do have a less destructive way to do that, Odd. I hand Odd the torch.
I bring the torch close to the crystal.
There seems to be no effect.
Are there any etchings on this crystal?
Are there any what?
Etchings on this crystal?
No.
Okay.
I attempt to pour some water from the pot that I'm now carrying around on the crystal.
The water streams down over the crystal and onto the ground with no effect.
I touch the torch to the crystal.
The crystal glimmers and reflects the torchlight, but there is no effect.
If you touch the stone with fire back by the brambles, do you think it would light up again and then this crystal... We have to do it at the same time!
Do we though?
Okay. Did we ever find a way to relight the crystal over there?
Water puts it out. I'm assuming fire puts it on.
There
Possibly.
was that one time where we said, oh no, that didn't happen. And then it turned back on. Let's try that again.
By the way, Malagos, Constitution save. Oh, she's gone.
She went VRB.
She had to go through the flowers again.
So there's no etchings, description, insignia.
That is correct.
It's the same color as the ones around it. Kaylin is going to just quickly dash over to the cavern that we came from and see if anything has changed from that. Just over this way.
Nothing has changed the original crystal. Or the cavern.
Okay.
Malagos, Constitution save.
Shit. Hi. I just...
Welcome back.
Did everyone remember they get a +3 because of me?
Well, they don't
Does that
when
only
you're
apply if you're awake?
incapacitated.
Well, no, like if they rolled before this, they get
Well,
+3.
as you went back through the brambles, you had to suffer the flowers again.
Oh no.
You are asleep.
We would have dragged Malagos the rest of the way to
Yeah.
out of the thing, and then we would have shaken Malagos away.
Probably with
Can you-
Lanyard on top of her. like a sled.
Try to see if I have
Oh.
anything.
How
I'm trying
are
to see
we
if I have
going?
anything that-
How are we gonna wake Malagarth up?
We just woke her up.
You didn't wake her up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did shaking her wake her up?
No.
I'm gonna whisper in Malagarth's ear, I'm gonna steal from a temple and you can't stop me.
Oh, well, yeah, he's probably about here by now.
I whispered, the mighty Ixen is the creator of your god.
Okay, don't be jerks to her while she's sleeping.
I
Harry,
You just hear like you all just hear this really loud ass snore.
Oh my
Ah,
god! I
it's louder than me.
thought you were gonna say fart, and I was about to lose my shit.
Me too, Malgus. Me too.
Harry's gonna walk up to Malgus and say, "Restore my child," and raise her head to the, I guess, roof of the cavern instead of the sky, because it's the best she can do. And cast restoration.
Do we still have water in that pot by any chance?
Oh,
We do.
Yes.
keep it on Malagarth's face.
Excellent. Garganoth takes out his little bar of soap and washes his face.
Oh no.
I thought he was going to throw it on Malagos.
I will create water and dump a huge bunch of it over Malagos.
Okay, with everybody trying multiple things at once on Malagos,
Oh god.
Kyrie,
Poor Malagos.
your lesser restoration actually seems to do the trick, and you get the sense that the flower's effect on Malagos is a poison specifically to draconic creatures.
Huh.
Wait, do I have
Sm-
anything against that? Hold on.
Small lore-based thing here. Dragon Rose was used by, in this world, dragon hunters to weave into their nets to help them catch smaller, younger dragons without having to hurt them.
Not considered poisons aren't considered disease, are they?
No.
No. It's
Damn.
a condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a monk, you'd
Rip.
be immune to it.
Not a monk.
Even if she was a monk, I'd still probably make her roll with advantage, probably, because it's a racial thing, not just a everybody thing. Because there's deeper lore to it than that, but anyway, besides the
Time for
point.
Malagos to kill hawks.
Yes, because Malagos, when you wake up, you are now soaking wet in a very cold place.
Carrie's pointing at hawks.
Malagos, like, Malagos is,
Caleb.
okay, hold on. Malagos is shivering. She gets up, looks at Hawks. You just punch him.
Kalen is going to use the wiping gesture as this happens and just dry off Malagos.
Garganoth lathers soap on Malagos.
Garganoth, did you really just wash your face in our cooking pot?
No.
Were you actively cooking?
I was
I was
cleaning it.
Night.
I was cleaning your pot for you. You should be thanking me. I just so happened to wash my face too afterward.
Can I just say that I imagine that with Hawks being so weak, strength-wise, and Malagos being super strong, I go flying at the cavern wall.
Most likely.
With the shriek!
Serves you right.
Well, you should have just let me do my job.
I'd like to go back to the other gem, have a look around for any more inscriptions.
Give me investigation.
Saren,
Yo!
I need a hand. You're better at this than I am.
Yep, Kilt, what do you want?
Can you look for any more inscriptions? They should look like scratched claw marks into the ice.
Sure.
You see nothing but what has already been revealed.
I'm gonna go up to the stone and start touching it to see if it looks like it shifts or moves, like traditional scratch marks you'd see with trapdoors.
So the sound of the babbling brook has disappeared. The other stone doesn't have a sound. Both are the same color as the ones surrounding them. The inscription says that whilst fire and water are opposed, when they mate, they can open doors. I know that's a paraphrase, but it's the best paraphrase I can do. When we put
Exactly what
water
it
on this stone, the sound of the brook disappeared, and we could only access this through the use of water. The other stone over there is just out in the open. It isn't glowing, but it is on a pedestal.
Does anything happen as I stand on the pedestal and start to walk around the stone looking for things?
No, nothing seems to happen.
Have I missed any of the clues?
You have not.
Just that fire and water will open any doors.
I will say this. This is your god speaking. Exploration is rewarded.
Well, we've gone through one
Oh,
of the
does
passages.
Malika still have that thing on fire in her hand?
Let's.
Definitely
yeah, we tried
not.
that while you were knocked out.
Oh.
Let's look for more stones and see if we can find one that's active.
Well, there was that branching path at the beginning. We went straight. There was a path that there were two paths that led to the right. Perhaps it's over there.
Near where I got eaten by the mimic? Yes, there is.
Just before then.
Do you want to go for a run?
All of us.
No, Malachus is loud and slow.
But we shouldn't.
Wait.
Okay.
As you come back to the familiar crossroads, you see a familiar blue light in one of the paths.
We head that way.
Can I still stick to it?
Oh, the poor mimic.
As you round the
Did you
corner,
follow us?
oh, he's working on it. As you
That
round
looks
the,
like a door to me.
you find a rather large, thick block of ice down the. From this perspective, the left half of the block runs rushing water. The other side is clear.
So either we need to apply fire to the right-hand side, or we need to find the other stone. We haven't been down there yet. Kaelin's gonna attempt to press the torch up against the right-hand side of the door.
As you lean forward with the torch, it goes out.
Because of the water?
You don't know. It just goes out. The water is flowing inside of the ice.
We need to find the other stone.
What if it cracked the ice?
I don't think that that's how this works. We can try it, though. Okay.
So head down that path. We'll head that way.
Do we all want to head down the other path, and we can look for the possible other stone?
What's the plan there, guys?
Might
Head down that way then.
What was that on?
I said might as well if we don't think this is. I mean, what is that solid ice? Like that it's gonna melt? Is there stone behind that ice?
Well, we couldn't put a flame near it, so I'm guessing we won't be able to melt it. through classical means.
I say let's take a look.
All right, going back. As you start down the next tunnel, it's much the same, but you do see almost a golden orange light at the end on the other side of a tunnel completely covered in a powdery, soft snow.
This seems
Concerning.
promising.
I would like to look for movement in the snow.
Give me a perception check. You see no movement in the snow.
I heard of an adventuring band. 3 people. They went hunting for an area up north, and they were murdered by snowflake jellies.
Snowflake jelly?
They're like slimes that blend in with the snow, or gelatinous cubes.
That sounds terrible.
Don't exist. That's a lie.
Hey,
Were you just trying to scare me, Kaylin?
I very rarely just attempt to scare people. Usually, I just tell the truth, and that scares them enough.
They don't exist, Hawks. You're fine.
I feel like you're trying to get revenge for something.
Ooh, Kami.
What would y'all like to do?
I'll walk into it.
Aaron's going first?
You know what? I'm
my
covered in
goodness.
snow. I'm one with the snow. The snow is with me.
I guess it's gonna go behind Saren.
How close are you
You're
two
not-
together?
Amalgus is gonna be within like reach of Saren. Like, so, like if she reaches out, she can grab Saren if she has to.
Okay.
Sarah's like groaning like an embarrassed child. It's like, Mom, leave me alone.
No. You'll be thankful if you sink in the snow and I have to pull you out.
Sarah's adorable.
So,
You will fall through it because you weigh a fucking ton.
Yeah. Keep it up, Rogue.
so
Love
as
me.
Saren and Malagos start walking through the snow, leaving well-defined footprints in their path behind them. The snow is very fluffy, and as you begin to step through, you realize that there's a bit of a downgrade. And soon you are both up to your waist in powdery fluff.
Wait. If I'm at my waist, it's up higher on Saren because I'm 6 feet.
True.
Saren's 5.5 feet tall.
So, belly.
Wait, Saren's 6 feet tall.
You guys gonna keep walking?
Yeah.
Can I keep
Kaylin
like?
has an arrow knocked.
Can I like pick Saren up a little,
Pick Saren up a little.
just so she's not like, like deep in the snow?
If you start to carry her, it's gonna slow you down.
I don't care.
Okay.
Come at me.
No.
I have to
Um,
throw her. Actually, no, that's a good idea. Can I like pick Saren up and throw her?
I don't know, can you? Why do you dexterity so you should be able to go that low? Oh, 7 plus 5.
That's your skills, my love.
I know you can throw me.
Hush, Hawks. You're not. You're back.
I will evade Malagos's grasp. I will not be thrown. I am an adult.
So I've been carefully watching on what's happening.
As they're
What do I
walking
need to-
through and the snow is deeper, as Malagos and Saren discuss the possibility of tossing the other, there is a bit of a shift in the snow around them both as Saren, you feel something slam into you and wrap around your feet. Malagos, you feel it as well, but yours is not as strong. Saren is suddenly
Can I, like-
grappled by something under the snow.
I was gonna say, as soon as I see the snow shift, kind of like grab Sarah and try to like pull her up.
And you can give me a strength check at the same time Saren does a constitution save.
Fuck you, dice. Fuck you.
Say,
Yep.
You get a +3.
Yep, 14.
She was one shy.
Oh no.
Saren, you take 15... Actually, no, you take half that. You take 7 cold damage as something very cold is slowly encasing your bottom half.
are we in dim light?
Kaylin shouts.
No.
I will light my torch, one of my
Okay.
torches, and pull it down to try to melt some of the snow away.
The snow melts rather quickly, seeing as it's fluffy and has a lot of surface area.
Go, snow, go. Go, snow, go.
And what you
Do
see
you
looking
want-
up at you is an amorphous blob of something. Much like what Kaylin described.
God
God
damn
damn
it. Do you want me to fireball the area?
Maybe save big spells like that for if we have to deal with something later on.
I am going to do a need. Oh, I'm gonna stab it. Is that a bad idea to stab it? I feel like I
Can I
should
stab
stab
it?
it.
Trying
gonna
to stab
stab
it
it.
with her.
Sure, you
I'm
can
gonna
both
stab
stab
it with you. Jesus
Will that
Christ,
make it
Sarah.
multiply?
Hard to tell. Saren, as you stab it,
Oh wait, I forgot the...
it seems the piercing nature of your dagger has little effect. And it only takes a minimal amount of damage. Malagos, do you not have a damage type?
I don't know.
Can I
Stop.
firebolt it?
You may indeed firebolt it if you wish. Longsword is
Okay.
slashing, by the way.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh la
Um,
la.
8, 16,
Where's
24.
damage type?
As Malagos and Saren both stab at the creature holding on to Saren's lower half, the firebolt cuts through the snow, melting it in its wake, and striking the creature as it, as well, begins to melt and fall away. Saren is now freed.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep walking in the snow.
The two of...
Kaylin,
Sorry, Kaylin,
go
go
for
ahead.
it. Kaylin's going to. Am I able to walk across the top of the snow like Legolas?
I don't know, can you?
Because-
I know it's rough terrain. If it's rough terrain, it won't impose me disadvantage.
It's not really rough terrain, it's very powdery and soft.
Okay.
Swim your way
I'm
through
gonna
it. Swim.
go up Malagos.
But I mean, odds, fireball kind of cut a swath through it with ease.
I will go last in case anyone else gets in trouble.
The walk across is rather uneventful for everyone, as you all join Saren on the other side. You are greeted by the sight of another pedestal, another crystal with an orange light encased in a block of ice.
Does it have
Yeah.
an inscription?
It does. The same as the other one.
Same time, baby.
So this is non-living material. I'm going to warm a cubic foot of it so that we can get through to the crystal.
Okay. Warm it how?
Prestidigitation.
Can I rub my hands all get really quick?
Actually, Kaylin,
Hmm?
just warming it through a spell doesn't seem to have any effect on the ice.
I could lick it.
But what
Sound
you
like it.
hear is the sound of a campfire.
I had the torch,
Mm-hmm.
so I put the torch to the crystal.
As you bring the torch closer, the fire seems to melt away the ice surrounding the crystal until the ice is completely gone, leaving only the softly glowing crystal.
Does anything happen if the flame continues to stay on the crystal?
Are you touching the crystal with the flame?
Uh-huh.
As you touch the crystal with the flame, you hear the crackling of the campfire become louder. And then the light goes out and the sound dies away.
Can we check if the door is open? The door being that block of ice, obviously.
Obviously.
Alright, we'll go back. As you come to the block of ice that was once there, you instead find that water pours down from the left side of the tunnel, and fire burns brightly on the right.
I'm going to stride directly for the center.
Yeah, I'll walk through it with Kaylin. And I'm gonna do it quickly.
As you walk through between the two different elements, everything seems to be fine. There seems to be no adverse effects.
I stick my head through and I say it's safe, guys.
Okay, but still.
You've come to another chamber
Okay.
behind this ice door.
I'm going to stick my tongue at Malagos and say, see, did I die? No.
This time.
Actually, we're all dead.
This time.
I feel like that was a big risk, Missy.
I
Risk it for the biscuit.
I kind of hurry up to the next area and I say, it's been like an hour since Kyrie sent that last message. We need to keep going.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Going.
As you continue up the tunnel, you see a very finely carved platform with a couple of stairs raised off the tunnel, almost perfectly square. There is a statue standing on the left-hand side of a robed figure, and on the right-hand side is a brazier of fire. The surface of the platform seems to be covered in a thin layer of water.
Is it trapped?
From where I am, I'm not standing on the platform yet. Does the figure look like a carving of the sylvarie?
No. It is a tall, solemnly standing figure in a long hooded robe. Facial features are indistinguishable, but it does hold a scythe in its left hand.
Is this a figure from history? Someone anyone would recognize?
You're all pretty sure in one myth or another you have seen a figure like this symbolizing death.
Great.
I've sent many people to meet this person face to face. I can't say that much.
Damn.
Yes, but I can't say that I was ready myself.
Is there any way we can check for traps?
You may if you wish.
Investigation.
Do you want to check for traps, Seren?
I will check for traps. That's perception.
My favorite room.
I'm gonna look for traps.
Perception from a distance, investigation up close.
Well, I'm gonna see if I see anything obvious, and I'm gonna get closer to then investigate if I see nothing obvious.
Okay. Saren,
Do I see anything obvious?
I mean, your instincts, and with that roll, I mean, there's obviously something here. The path forward is blocked by what appears to be a wall of ice, while the setup itself is rather suspicious when poised against the entire rest of this area.
Do we want to knock the brazier into the water?
I was about to say maybe this is where they need to combine.
Want me to bring forward?
Don't go on the platform yet.
I won't go on the platform, but I'm gonna go up to the platform and like look for traps. So I'm gonna stand about here, like just before the platform.
Investigation. $21. While investigating, Saren, you are fairly certain that something will trigger that has to do with the platform, as there are a small bit of runic symbols carved in the edge of the stairs themselves. You're just not sure what effect it might have.
I say something will happen, but I don't know what or why.
Ox or Rod, are you able to read these?
What
I'm gonna
language
take a
is the runes in?
I take a look.
I mean, you can both take a look. They're standard magical runes, but they do have a little bit of a draconic twist to some of them. The most that well, give me an Arcana check with advantage since you both are working together.
Which one?
Either one.
My Arcana is pretty high.
Ditto, I guess it doesn't matter. You can do it if you want.
27. So, looking at the runes, you can see that there's some sort of transmutation magic that can be triggered here, as well as a conjuration magic.
My guess is there's two things that can happen. Either something is transmuted, or something is conjured, or something is transmuted causing a conjure, or if it's not transmuted, something is conjured. I can't read the order in which things happen.
Did you say conjured? That could also be teleported.
I'm guessing the statue is here for a reason. Transmutation, my guess would be fire and water. Transmutation, steam, triggers something.
Well, we can attempt to do something from off this platform, or we can take a chance and step on. Because at a guess, we need to either pour the water from the platform into the brazier, or put the brazier into the water.
Is it like a big metal brazier?
Yes.
If
How many feet?
send mage hand with a cup, can I pour water into it?
You could certainly try.
I conjure a cup.
My little invisible mage hand grabs the cup.
Okay.
Cup flips over to the platform,
Mm-hmm.
picks up some water,
Okay.
and pours into the brazier.
There's a bit of hiss and popping and some steam rises, but other than that, other than what you would normally expect to happen when a cup of water is poured into such a large burning brazier, nothing out of the ordinary happens.
I think we would need more water, if that would be the case.
Did somebody say more water?
Flood it.
Kaylin muttered something about evil potions and inferni.
Well, do you want me to create a little bit of water to put on this, or not?
Yes.
Are you able to do it from 15 feet away?
Hold on a sec.
Man, I wish I had Tensor's floating disc.
Yes, I can do it from 30 feet.
Okay, cool.
I create 10 gallons of clean water.
Okay. And what do you do with it?
Flood the entire area.
You flood the entire area with 10 gallons of water?
Is there... There's already water on the platform.
Sorry, I guess there's more water now.
Yes, there is. There's more water on the platform. And while the water had doused the brazier for a moment, as the water kind of dissipates from the heat, the brazier relights itself.
Kaylin sighs and steps onto the platform.
There is a soft hum as Kaylin steps onto the platform.
I would like to walk over to the brazier and tip it.
Strength check. Six.
Saren,
Is much
can
too
I have your
heavy.
robot, please?
Micro?
Yep.
Ah,
I'm gonna use it as a lever.
with you so you don't break my stuff?
Okay, come up here. We can help.
I'm gonna pass my nice crowbar over. I mean, it's not a nice crowbar. It's really shabby and old, but it's my crowbar.
The crowbar breaks in
I
half.
didn't think you were a rogue.
Okay. Another strength check with advantage.
Yep.
Then.
Sure.
Yep. My rusty in some places iron crowbar.
11. As the two of them begin working on the brazier, behind the group, a bit of block of ice begins to form, growing up from the ground and reaching down from the ceiling, sealing you guys into this chamber.
Oh shit.
Caleb looks over and says, "That would be the transmutation."
So we're trapped in here. Or are we trapped here?
We're trapped in here.
Alright, how far down are we, Dumey?
But the
What do you mean, how far down are
Fuck
you?
is it on the page? Oh, there it is.
is the platform raised or lowered?
It's raised a little.
So what are we trying to do?
I mean,
I can knock something over if you want.
I say, well, I don't think we're gonna budge this brazier. And I walk over to this statue to see if there's any inscriptions.
Screws on the brazier.
Kaylin, as you stand before the statue, in the nondescript face, a pair of cold blue eyes peek back, and you hear a voice say, "Speak forth a lie, and you'll die by the fire. Truth, and you'll drown as the water climbs higher."
We need to speak paradox.
Or we just
I will
ask
die by the
questions.
fire.
Before
I'm a good person.
Before you guys try to answer this one, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Welcome back, everyone. We've had a few minutes to use the restroom and vent off some stuff and get up and move around, get drinks, all that. And now we're back to see what our lovely band of adventurers can do with said puzzle. So, here we are. Have we come up with what you would like to do being faced with this statue?
I say I will die by the fire.
Is that your final answer?
Better fucking not die.
Yes. Final answer.
Okay. As you speak these words, the statue itself seems to pause, and the fire burns brighter behind you. It begins to flare up and the heat becomes high, but then it stops. And the hand that does not hold the scythe waves you forward.
Can I speak through with Caitlin?
This whole thing made me
I-
think of that scene from Monty Python where it's like what's the speed of a something bird, and then he asks a question and the thing just
What is the
let them through.
flight velocity of an unladen swallow? And the answer is 9.9 meters per second.
Unless it's carrying a coconut.
Unless it's carrying a coconut.
You're exactly right, Chris.
What is your name? I go through the door on the other side.
Tis but a scratch.
Is everybody else staying together?
Oh, it's gonna
I'm
follow
gonna
me.
follow.
Yep.
Follow.
The ice wall that had been in front of you begins to melt away, leaving an open pathway before you.
Let's go ahead.
Give me a word puzzle, Dumey.
As you continue down the path, you come across a thin sheet of ice, seemingly, that is as reflective as a mirror. Inscribed over the reflective surface in an arching manner in Draconic. I know we have Draconic readers. It says,
I read it out loud.
only the selfless and blind to vanity may enter.
Well, that is
I
me.
close my eyes and walk forwards.
As Kaylin closes her eyes and walks forward, you slam into the surface of the mirror. But Kaylin, as you do so, the mirror is not cold as you'd suspect in this place. It's actually warm.
It says only the selfless and blind to vanity may enter.
I might try walking through. I'm not a vain person. I'm a bad person. But I'm trying to be a good person. On the inside, I'm a good person.
Hawks is gonna walk forward as well.
Saren and Hawks
Malgus
walk
is gonna
forward
follow.
side by side. You both slam into the surface of the mirror and find it warm to the touch.
I'm gonna put, like...
You also realize that it doesn't feel like a mirror. It feels as if you're running into yourselves.
The selfless.
Alright,
Selfless.
I'm not very selfless.
What if
Does
you
odd
go backwards?
Backwards.
Okay, then try it.
I'm gonna try to walk backwards. And I'm gonna have my hood, like, pulled over my eyes. So I'm blind walking backwards.
As you walk backwards, again, you bump into the surface of the mirror.
Alrighty.
Can I
Odd,
punch?
you're up.
Can I punch the mirror?
You may if you like.
I would like to punch the mirror.
Unarmed attack.
That's
Self.
a D20 plus my strength.
Yes.
Selfless.
Malagos, as you punch the mirror, you feel like your fist has just run into another fist.
Ow. Okay, it's not that.
Argonath will try to hug the mirror.
You go up and try to hug the mirror.
Yeah, Garganoth could use some affection.
Garganoth, as you step forward with arms outstretched to hug the mirror, your reflection mimics exactly what you do, but you do come up across the surface of a mirror like you would any other time.
This sounds weird, but I'll try to feel for a door handle.
That's fine. Give me a investigation check. As you feel around for a door handle, you find nothing that's not there.
Alright, I didn't want to have to do this, but Garganoth rolls up his sleeves, sticks his arms out, and says, "Open sesame!"
The sound reverberates in the chamber around you, bouncing off the crystals, but there is no effect.
Fair enough.
Can Odd be seen in the mirror?
Odd, you do see yourself in the mirror.
Maybe we have to tell the mirror something like a secret.
You wanted a word puzzle, Gamma.
I said you give me a word puzzle. Not I want a word puzzle. You're saying this is a word puzzle?
Might be.
Can we write it out?
Walks up to
Go ahead, Odd.
Odd walks up to the mirror and says, I think we have to let them go first, because that is the selfless thing to do. So I turn to the mirror and I gesture to myself as if I would let them walk by me.
Odd, as you do this, the mirror mimics your motions. But as you stand up straight, your image in the mirror does not.
I try to walk forward.
And as the selfless person offering someone else to go first before them, Odd vanishes through the mirror.
Malleus copies exactly what Odd did. Going up, motioning for them to go through.
You have the same reward for your selfless act.
Ergonoth does the same and muttering under his breath, what a brilliant entity that Oddstem is. Wow.
I follow suit.
I'm assuming everybody is doing this.
Yeah.
One by one, each of you bow to your reflection, motioning them to go first. However, they remain in that position and allow you to pass through. As one by one, those of you who have not stepped through watch your friends' reflections vanish until you yourself step through the mirror into the pathway on the other side.
Well done, Odd.
Yes, sometimes things don't require force or malice.
Well, I wouldn't know. I smash.
I think you are much more than a smash.
Aw, thank you.
Moving on.
Yes.
Moving down the passageway, you come to a set of stairs made from the ice. The stairs go up onto what appears to be a platform and possibly a room. Do you ascend the stairs?
We should probably check for traps.
Okay. A death save, Saren.
Fucking what? Saren.
Saren,
Surprise! We're all dead.
as you check the stairs,
Surprise, no ghost.
Saren, looking for springs and markings of magical triggers, you find none.
I'm gonna tentatively walk up the stairs.
The stairs are a little slick, but you walk up the stairs without issue.
I said it's all good, just it's slippery.
Carrie, carefully walk up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
As you all walk up the stairs, you find yourself in what appears to be a sanctum. There's no other word for it. There is a large bed in the corner, covered in a thick fur. There's bookcases lined with some old books that appear to be fallen apart or having fallen apart years, decades ago. A almost elvish by design lantern hangs from the bookcase, giving off a soothing blue light. And upon a table is a small silver, almost round triangular device with a recess in the center.
I take out the broken lodestone and I place it into the recess.
There seems to be a moment, and nothing appears to happen with the broken pieces sitting in the recess. Then a light shines from the bottom, fractured and shining around the room, almost like a disco ball of sorts. But then it goes out again.
Kyrie tried to mend the lodestone into the spot.
It would take some time, but you would be able to mend the lodestone piece by piece.
Yay.
Replacing the stone in the center, doing the thing that the people in Pav told you not to do. The light comes on again, and a magical hum starts to go off. Slowly, the sound begins to grow. As the light begins to shine through the crystal, a vaguely humanoid shape appears among the light, and it seems to stare at you all a little disdainfully.
Either madness or clarity has taken you. Gods help us either way. Regardless, I succumb to my fate. The key you are searching for is within my talons' clutches. The eggs are mine. And woe betide all who come for them. I would sooner burn the world.
I whisper, I think this is Sylvara.
Yeah, no shit.
No omelets, understood.
We wish not to harm your kin or your spawn.
The image fades as the sound does, and the light fades, and the stone goes dark again. It seems...
Does anyone feel...
Sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
I said, does anyone else feel unappreciated for the work we're trying to do to protect them from the giant?
Sometimes it's okay to have a thankless job. But they're just trying to protect something that they love, the same as you or any of us.
I think something that we may have missed, and something more concerning, is that there may be dragon eggs around here, which the people we are fighting are attempting to get a hold of.
Yes.
And I don't know about you guys, but last time I tried to fight a dragon, all of us almost died.
I don't know.
Did we kill the dragon, though?
No.
No.
Oh. Well, that's awkward. Okay, I see your point.
The issue with the... Didn't your group, the whole thing that you did prior, weren't there dragon eggs involved with that too?
They were trying to resurrect Tiamat.
Where in the room did the picture come from?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to that.
The light shone up from that device on the table where you set the stone, and the light through the crystal made the image that you saw. So you're going up to the table.
Yep. I'm gonna touch it.
You're gonna touch it?
To see if anything happens.
Nothing seems to happen when you reach out and touch it.
We know what the key to the portal that they were trying to open is. Now we just need to protect them.
Yeah, but where are the eggs?
It's a very good question. We passed the carving of the eggs before.
Maybe someone has already gotten here.
The rocks.
Well,
There, where your mouse is.
I assume that's just
No, not the black. What's right in front of it?
the bed.
Is that a bed, Dumey?
Yes, it's a large bed, probably twice the size of a normal humanoid.
Right, I'm gonna start rifling through a bed. People hide things in bed. I'm gonna look under mattresses, through everything. Crawl under the bed, over the bed, through the bed.
Is it comfortable? I'm tired. Just kidding.
Saren, it's basically a slab of ice with a bit of a curve, but even as you search through it, it's very apparent that this has not been used in a very, very long time.
What about those shelves?
And the shelves hold books, or rather remnants of books that time and cold have broken down.
This is Sarah wanting to have answers and not getting answers, so I'm gonna go rummage some more. Because I'm good at rummaging, it's what I can do.
Is there a trapdoor under the carpet?
You can.
I'll help Odd roll the rug back.
As you pull the rug back, you find a circle carved into the ice, and then runes and other magical formula.
Does this look like a familiar?
Teleportation?
You both talked at once.
We were asking the same question. Is it a teleportation circle?
It looks like an incomplete one.
I would like to pull out my list of teleportation circles. I have about 4. And I'd like to see if any of them match.
There is nothing that matches any of your current teleportation circles to this old one.
If I sit and study the runes, can I interpret how much of the spell was done?
Oh yes, you can do that. It'll take a little bit of time, but you could do that if you liked.
I will study the circle.
Is it getting close to 2 hours since I sent the message to George?
Yes.
Okay. I mentioned that it's been close to 2 hours. I should probably send another message to George. What should I say?
Stand down, George. We have not encountered danger yet.
Okay. So
there's no trapdoor.
No, but there is a teleportation circle. So is this what Otter's finding out? How many rooms are missing?
There is about somewhere like an eighth of the circle is missing.
Okay.
So, is our current plan to teleport out here in the morning?
I don't know. It just feels odd there being a teleportation circle here. She said the key, so what if the key is the remaining parts of this circle that will connect us to her?
Did I find anything in that bookshelf that could help? Any runes, literal or figurative keys?
Well, the key are the eggs.
I know.
Saren, give me investigation
What
check.
if this teleportation circle goes to the egg?
Very possible.
So, Saren, rummaging through the books and the remnants of books, you find a lot of books on poetry. A lot of books of songs. Very little else. Except for one thing. And that's kind of a journal that's held up a little bit better, but not by much. And all it has is a list of names through the pages. And at the top of some of these pages is written in Draconic boy and girl.
I'm gonna share this with the group.
What are the names?
The names are very old Draconic that, if you were to hear them spoken aloud, would be little more than grunts and growls and clicks.
Are these the dragon egg's true names?
If so, that could be very dangerous. I look at the names. Do they have like how many letters long are each names?
They vary. Some are underlined, some are circled, some are crossed out.
I come over to Odd and I'm gonna be translating the names. As best I can.
Oh, I just realized why this clue isn't sticking. None of you have children.
No, we
Nope.
don't.
Nope.
What's the clue again?
Is it like if it's a boy, here's the names I like. If it's a girl, here's the names No, we don't have children, doer.
You're right there. You're right there.
Okay.
So it's a list of names
Kid
that they wanted to name the eggs when they hatched, maybe?
Potential baby.
Halen turns to Kyrie and says, I do like the sound of rock.
Are any of
As much
them
as
really fight? Go, Dorky.
I was gonna say, as much as it sounds wonderful, no.
Are some called like evil fire spawn?
We wouldn't be looking at fire
I know
spawn,
how
we'd
to
be looking
translate.
at ice spawn.
Yeah, well, ice spawn didn't burn all my clothes, so I don't have an issue with that.
Actually,
Malagos, glancing at the names, being that it's old Draconic, ancient Draconic, like you get the feeling of some of it. Like there are like color specific or color related names like emerald something or azure something. There's all different colors mentioned as prefixes or suffixes within these names.
happens if I read one out aloud?
You can imagine how it sounds.
Garbled noises.
Pretty much. It's the grunts and growls of dragons.
The
I'm
rumbles and the
still
grumbles.
just looking at the teleportation circle.
Yep, I'm aware. You keep looking.
I'm a looking.
Okay, so she said the eggs are the key. She's protecting her children. There was the carving of the eggs and also the carving of the dragon at the entrance. So we haven't seen any evidence of eggs whilst we were here.
I'm not going to give you a clue, but I want you to really think about what she said.
Did we play it again, maybe?
It's like already out of my head.
I didn't want to play it again, but then at the same time, I know this video will be available to where you can go back and listen to it as much as you want. So I'll play it one more time for you all. As long as everything doesn't break down like it did when I tried to play it the first time. Stand by.
Either madness or clarity has taken you. Gods help us either way. Regardless, I succumb to my fate. The key you are searching for is within my talons' clutches. The eggs? The eggs are mine. And woe betide all who come for them. I would sooner burn the world.
Okay.
That
This
doesn't
thing
really
is-
sound like she's talking to us.
The key is in the talons, not the eggs.
Have we seen...
The picture,
So we
the
go back to the carving then.
carving.
Maybe.
Okay. We head back to the carving.
Not there. I meant the carving close to where we just were. Where the brazier was.
Oh, that was a statue of death. Not a carving.
I love how dragons use words.
Talon's reach?
I'd sooner burn the world. If we're correct, she can't do that. Because she's an ice dragon.
You can give someone frostbite.
In my talons' clutches.
In her villain's clutches? In her enemy's clutches?
No,
She said the key you were searching for are in my talons. Where would... Because it sounds like she probably died. Where would she have died?
Wait. Zoom out the map. No, it's not dragon shaped.
It's not dragon shaped. That would have been funny though, wouldn't it?
Right?
Okay, so...
Did we see anything dragon shaped?
At the very, very start, there may have been something.
Who said something about who she was talking to?
That was me. It doesn't sound like she's talking to us.
No.
It sounds like she's talking to someone she knows, because she speaks of either madness or clarity has taken you either way, God help us all. That's only something you say to someone who you're familiar with, which makes me think that it's not us, but rather someone who has been after the eggs for a long time, or or the key that they're searching for. Specifically, probably the key of Turnock. So, would it be
Her mate? Did she have a partner?
Isn't there a place called Talon's Reach?
Is this where the thing was coming from, or was it investigated? This random looking like.
The
That's a
thing
light.
that the lodestone into is over here.
Okay. Should we investigate whatever that is?
That's the lamp.
Oh, okay.
The key is in my Talon's clutches.
Could Talons be families?
Possibly. Like a.
This doesn't match up to that awful ice dragon from years ago, does it?
I mean, I think you might have been on to something, maybe talking about going and looking at the pictures. But I can't leave until I'm done studying this circle.
Which we're about to that point. With enough time while everyone's pondering over the message, Odd, you've come to a give me an Arcana check just so I can make sure I give you all the information you would come from this. 24. Yeah, that's what I figured. With Malagos's help in translating certain bits here and there, roughly, the part of the spell that's missing is the activation. And because this circle is carved into the surface, the rest of it cannot be changed. Which means the destination is set in stone.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't I make teleportation my level 7?
No idea.
You also realize that the small section which is the activation is enchanted within the stone itself to be erased after the spell is cast.
Oh, so she recorded that message and dipped out.
Yeah. She had an accomplice, though. Someone who took the lodestone back to the people of the village. Possibly.
Can I copy down, like, the area of the teleportation that would be, like, the coordinates?
The destination?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can copy it down. I'm gonna have to ask you to give me an intelligence check, though. Oh, yeah. You get it copied down almost perfectly.
Odd, does it look like it's going to a circle or just a specified destination that the sylvarie knew?
Can I discern that?
There's really nothing that shows if it's connected to a circle. It's kind of like it's kind of like naming a waypoint.
There is no specific way to tell.
Go ahead, Gar.
I know someone who can finish this for us, but she's in a giant-infested town.
Gar, it's kind of one of those things where the missing section of the spell is the activation. Anyone
Right.
who is skilled in teleportation circles could easily fill in the activation as long as they knew the right language to write it in.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just not there so that it's not accidentally triggered by standing on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And the circle itself is dead without that part of the, like,
Right.
you can't connect to that circle from outside without the activation being there.
Okay.
So we would need to know the teleportation circle spell to be able to finish this, wouldn't we? We wouldn't just be able to have any activation code.
Yes, because without knowing the spell, game mechanically, you wouldn't know the magical arithmetic that would need to fill in that section.
Yeah.
And
I
you would.
could cast it if we got a scroll.
That's true. You could probably copy from the scroll to fill in the blank.
I can also cast teleportation magic, so if you want me to take a look, you can.
What kind of teleportation magic do you have, Hux?
The teleportation circle magic.
That's
You
exactly
have the
what.
spell teleportation.
That teleportation circle.
Yeah, I have the teleportation circle spell.
Were you just waiting for us to?
No, I was AFK. Sorry.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
So thank you, Hux, for volunteering.
It's amazing.
I hand Hux some chalk.
Right. But he needs to write it in the right language.
What is the language?
Camelagos
Draconic.
assist him in writing in the right language.
Draconic?
Yeah, it would take Malagos' assistance.
I can write in Draconic. I know the language.
You can do this,
Oh.
Hux.
Oh,
Yes,
shit,
but
yes.
Malagos has a specialization in the ancient Draconic because of her raiding of the ancient temples.
Well, that's true. I'll take your assistance.
So
Good. Smart man.
So you two together, I'll give you a history check with advantage, but only one of you gets to make it.
I'll make it.
Hold on. History?
Mm-hmm.
How intelligent are you, Hawks?
You know, I may seem like I'm dumb, but I'm pretty intelligent, okay?
I don't think you're dumb at
I'll
all,
trust
Hux.
you with this because my roll's a bit shit.
On a scale of -5 to +5, how not dumb are you?
Wow. Wow.
No, Hawks, yeah. 19.
I feel the hate.
That wasn't hate. That was a genuine question.
I will be right back.
I'm not stupid. It's okay.
With Malagos helping, would it be advantage of 21?
Yep. So
Sweet, even
let
better.
me ask this, and only Hawks answer. Nobody else speak. Hawks. With Malagos' help, are you, as you figure bits and pieces out, and you two work together to translate your knowledge into the ancient Draconic, Are you writing it down as you go? Or are you waiting to write it all at the end of figuring it all out? What is your...
I'm taking my time and writing it down as we go. I want to make sure I get this right so that we don't mess it up.
Wait,
Okay.
are you writing it down May I? Are you writing it on the circle, or are you writing on a notepad before you put it on the circle?
I'm writing it on a... Well, technically I don't have... Does anyone have a notepad so I can write this down
Nope.
before I try to write it down on the stamp?
He was
Alright,
given
so-
chalk, and I asked him if he was...
Let me finish.
Well,
What I'm going to do
Wait.
is write outside of the circle on the ground as a note. First.
Okay. Alright.
And then
Whatever
I will
you
copy
want.
it down on the circle.
Alright. Whatever you want.
Odd is ready to jump into the circle.
You got
Dylan's
this.
in the circle.
Also out of character. I am so sorry. Jose of
Hey.
It's okay, that was a trick question.
It was a trick question. That's why I told everyone else to be quiet.
Oh, I really hope I passed.
So Hawks, as you and Malagos work together with this to get the pieces, and you write it off to the side, and when you both are confident enough that you have what you need, you start to copy the symbols and the arcane arithmetic into the spell itself. And with the last of your chalk stroke, the circle pulses to life, almost violently, as this older magic is more about taking the power than guiding it. What would you guys like to do?
What's happening with the circle?
It seems ready.
I'm gonna jump in.
We should all do it at the same time.
Okay. I will jump in once everyone else jumps in. As everyone
I will
else?
jump out. Not jump out. Jump in with everyone else.
Go.
Ready?
I won't go
Two.
first, but I'll go.
As everyone jumps in to the circle, the magic sparks, and for a moment it looks like all the ice and crystals around you has shattered.
Guys, we made a boo-boo.
Oh no. What did I miss?
We left the code for the circle where the baddies can find it.
And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Oh god. I come back and chaos like reigns and then we stop.
I just realized I left a note on the... Oh god. Sorry.
Yeah, I just...
Well, I would assume someone probably stepped over on it trying to get to the circle.
No, not unless it was stated. But,
The
I
top
tried
that
to...
you completed will be burned away with the spell, but yeah, your note on the ground. Not so much, bro.
Next week. Remember, everyone, tonight is daylight savings time. Spring forward, you lose an hour of bedtime. I hope everyone enjoyed the puzzles and the exploration.
Yes.
I shouldn't have drank tonight. That was a terrible idea.
What'd you guys think of my guest star voice?
It was awesome.
It's
Yeah,
it's
really
so
cool.
good.
It's too bad Mia isn't here.
Hey man, Mia is in here.
Look.
Why?
Mia would have
Might have
recognized the
beaten
voice.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, fuck.
Oh shit.
I love how it's like, oh
I
shit.
don't like that realization. Is something
That
bad
where
gonna
we're
happen?
going?
Yeah, you won't know until next week, will you?
We don't even know if we got the code right.
Well,
It's
we
all
went
messed up.
somewhere.
You could end up in the middle of the elemental plane of fire. You don't know.
Great.
Talk to story in advance.
Start session next week, and you're all died. We're making new characters.
Yep, everyone died.
Fall.
Well,
We explode.
I hope everyone had some fun. I hope our watchers had some fun. Please remember to follow us. Check out the YouTube for a replay of this and some other fun stuff we put together. And like I say every Saturday and Sunday night, there's 20 sides to every story. Roll for your own. Have a good night, everybody.